can be relayed to the public. It's important for the country to move on. And also echo what Onaboraso said earlier, that areas where there are KDF, even Gilgil, where I come from, we host two of the oldest barracks, Mr. Speaker. And I can tell you, even in 2007, when we had skirmishes in the Rift Valley, the safe haven that many people found was Gilgil, because the presence of the army ensured that there is no fighting and no skirmishes in Gilgil. That is why many IDPs were settled in Gilgil. That's why you'll find them in Pipeline, Wendani village. You'll go to Ebeneza, Mitimingi. You'll go to IDP, Wendani in Kikope. You'll go to Barok. You'll find IDP, Mr. Speaker, because of the peace that prevailed that time. And Mr. Speaker, I also want to congratulate Honorable Rueda Obo for bringing this very important motion here, Mr. Speaker. And it is simple, that we give them their flowers when they're alive. It is okay to mourn them, but even the ones who are here, what are we doing, Mr. Speaker? And some of these things that Honorable Rueda has proposed, they are not even very capital intensive. They don't need so much money. They actually just need goodwill. They don't need budgetary allocation, Mr. Speaker. And if you go to other countries, like has been said earlier, Mr. Speaker, you'll find that even in shopping malls, you'll get special discounts for KDF, for soldiers that are serving in the militaries, and even veterans, Mr. Speaker. So this is not so hard to do. It is something that we should just actually make a declaration here, and it should be implemented. And from here, Mr. Speaker, I'll hope that this is passed overwhelmingly, and more important, the Committee of Implementation slow, and it is not followed, and it is not done. So I hope that the Committee of Implementation will be able to pick it up to ensure that even in banking halls, because it is not so hard to have them get priority, our airlines, our SGR, Mr. Speaker, these are some of the benefits that we can be able to accord our military men, and we can be able to honor them when they are still alive. I also join the Speaker, who actually gave a directive yesterday and a comment, and many others that spoke yesterday after his communication, that we also must look at the fight and the banditry that is going on in the north, in the Kerio Valley, Mr. Speaker, because this General Ogolla was a celebrated fighter jet pilot, Mr. Speaker. He has fought many wars outside this country, only to die in a helicopter within the borders of our country. And why was he in the Kerio Valley, Mr. Speaker? Because we are not able to maintain peace ourselves. And Mr. Speaker, we have the national intelligence, we have the military intelligence, we have been able to contain the headless, the faceless Al-Shabaab somehow, but we are not able to deal with bandits, Mr. Speaker. I think it's time, as we said and the Speaker said yesterday, that the leadership of these areas, the counties that are affected, Turkana, Samburu, West Pokot, Baringo, and Laikipia, Mr. Speaker, all of them and the leadership take action to ensure that we wipe out this issue of banditry, so that we give even our children a chance to go to school. We give the area residents, women and children, a time to have their families together, because the people who suffer most are women and children, Mr. Speaker. Then that way we'll be honoring General more, because he was there to ensure that these kids go to school, and because he was a hands-on, I know many people are asking, why was the General out, looking out at schools? But Mr. Speaker, if you knew General Ogolla, you know he was a hands-on leader. He wanted to know what exactly are the soldiers doing in the field, and what are they doing in terms of implementing what has been decided, issue of reconstruction of schools, redoing of roads, Mr. Speaker, and that is how he met his death, doing what he really wanted for his soldiers. So, Mr. Speaker, I eulogize and join the country in